And it's a total disaster for Kevin O'Donnell, the Irishman. I think he's down to his last few thousand, I believe.
I think you might have knocked your first guy out, Mr. James.
Kenneth James is now the tournament leader.
People say Kenneth James is the life of the party, and at the poker table, it's no different.
These little chips is what counts.
This is what I just telling you about this strategy. I don't know. I can't get a drink.
I'm a lover of life. I like to have a good time, no matter what I'm doing.
I've got a flush. Let me roll the dice. I can roll the dice.
Kenneth's a goof. You're just a goof.
I said flush.
I told you. There was a speech.
He just doesn't shut up.
And then you look at this.
It's entertaining, though.
That's part of my strategy. You know, there's so much tension in the room that I try to open it up a little bit, get everybody to laugh.
Don't they know who I am?
Kenneth James definitely seems to be the best player at the table.
Oh, man, now that's fun.
Kenneth James, a blast.
That's incredible.
Good guy. Fun as heck, entertaining. He sings.
Oh, I do a mean Elvis.
And grace, my fear.
I try to live moment to moment.
Fear.
We'll see what tonight brings.
Fear.
Kenneth James, the hat off now. He has been through the ringer tonight. He has his two kids in the control room watching their dad. He's going after big-time college money right there. Kevin O'Donnell hanging there by dental floss right now.
What a ride he's had here. He came in as the low man on the totem pole. He built his chips up to be the chip leader. And now he's not only low, Vince, he doesn't even have enough to ante. He's only got half the ante left, 5,000. All in. Doesn't even have to look at his cards. He was all in for his $5,000.
All right, Tim Pham right behind him. He's got queen, 10 of spades.
Well, he's going to call the 80,000.
Now action on Alex. Alex got a pair of ducks, 2 deuces.
Well, he's also going to call the 80,000.
Everyone's going to play. And Kenneth James right behind with the button. He's got a wired pair of 6s.
I raise.
Now, this is interesting, Vince. He is going to raise it. Many players would just limp in with the 2 6s, hoping somebody could knock out this guy where they all move up in prize money. Not Kenneth James. He sees a lot of extra money sitting out in that table that he might can pick up by raising it here.
I can't believe this. Another wired pair. Todd Phillips right behind has a wired pair of 3s.
His problem is 2 guys have limped in. It's going to cost him $500,000 to call here. So he's going to exit smoothly.
Jake Minter out with king 4.
Tim Pham is going to throw away the queen 10.
Nice raise, buddy.
Alex folds. Kenneth picks up the rest of the side pot.
Yeah,
two-way action.
I got the nuts here. I got the nuts. Beat that, baby.
Kenneth James is going to pick up about $340,000 there by making that raise. Nice play on his part, and he's up against 7 deuce offsuit.
Kevin O'Donnell, the Irishman, a big fan base here.
Now this would really be something, Vince, if he came back from 1 chip and the worst hand in poker to take this title. Could it happen? He does have the overcard.
That's so effed up that was your last.
Can Kevin O'Donnell stay alive?
Here comes the first 3.
Well, the flop comes queen, jack, 9. Now notice what happened had Kenneth just called that bet. Tim Pham would have flopped top pair and an open-end straight draw and would have been in great shape to win this pot.
But this does not help Kevin O'Donnell. Nothing hitting on that flop. Here's the turn. No, it's an ace.
Well, we are down to the river. Kevin O'Donnell must catch a walking stick, a 7. Otherwise, he'll be walking out of here.
Here comes the last card, the cash card.
Very nice 7 over easy.
7 out.
Well, Kevin begging for the 7.
Give it to him. 7 out.
Will it be lucky for the Irishman? Kevin O'Donnell. No.
Nope, it's a 3, so that's going to do it. Kevin O'Donnell, what a show he put on this week, even here at this final table, Vince.
What a sport. He shakes hands. He hugs Kenneth James. Perhaps a little too long.
For a guy that busts you, that looks like a lot of loving to me.
He's got to pick up $208,000. Tremendous effort as he goes into the stands.
Oh, that's nice.
The restaurant and bar owner is going to be our 6th place finisher here at the Bicycle Casino. We're down to 5. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more exciting action. Millionaire this evening.
Right now, professional poker player Kenneth James, our chip leader, with over $2.5 million in chips. Alex Kahana on the bottom of the totem pole.
Antes and blinds going up. Antes will be 15,000. Blinds are going to be 60 and 120. Back to the table. Todd quickly going out. Jake as well.
Round of 10. Looks down at 9-3 offsuit and gets out of the way. So we're down to the 2 blinds. Action on Alex Kahana.
All right, let's take a look at the WPT Hole Cam, brought to you by Budweiser.
Looks down at 6-4 of hearts. Well, Vance, it costs you $240,000 every 5 deals of poker now. You're sitting on the short stack like Alex. You got to make something happen. He's trying to do it right here. Moves all in with a 6 high.
Crazy times here right now. 6-4 hearts, goes all in, but right behind him, Ken has got a big hand, king, queen of hearts.
Oh, what a tough decision for Kenneth James right here.
All right, I got to try and do this.
He's a chip leader with close to $2.6 million.
Well, Vance, he's been
to make this.
He's been sensational with his decision making so far. But still, your opponent's moved all in for $900,000. And you have king, queen.
If he should make this great call, here's an opportunity to knock the construction man out of the business, out of this game, put him to rest.
Just fought so long and hard to get the chip lead.
And we saw Alex make a move earlier with a junk hand. This guy likes to play fast with just anything.
Well, you're right, Vance, and I got news for you. Kenna saw it also.
I thought he was calling.
Well, he's good with the dialogue, Mike. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
770.
Help might be one of the words.
Kenneth James is counting out $770,000, which is what it cost him to call, and seeing how much he has left if he calls and loses this pot, and it's going to be about $1.5 million. So he's still going to have chips to play with.
Last time you got up, you had 7-8.
Well, he said last time you had 7-8, I saw it.
I've improved a little.
You showed
Just
it.
Just a little.
Maybe he shouldn't have shown it because it looks like Kenneth's going to make this play, and he does make it. What a call by Kenneth James.
The history works in his favor as they turn up the cards.
Well, Vince, win, lose, or draw, you've got to admire the play by both players here. Alex had the heart to move all in with 6 high, just hoping he could pick up the blinds and antes. Kenneth James making that tough all-in call for nearly $900,000 with king high. Right now, he's a big favorite to win this pot, about 70% favored to do so.
So we are watching the possible extinction of the man from Van Nuys. He's going to need some luck right now.
Well, this is his first major tournament, Vince. Very impressive to even be at this final table. Kenneth James, a nice favorite to take down another $2 million pot here.
5 cards to come. Destiny in the hands of the dealer. Here come the first 3.
10-10-6. A nightmare flop for Kenneth James. Well, Kenneth just looking down at the board. He can't believe what's happened to him here. He says, why? How can this happen? I make a great call. Please don't punish me for making a great call.
It ain't over yet. 2 more cards to come. Would love to hit a king or a queen.
And he could also backdoor straight to win this pot.
Major opportunity for Alex to double up.
Kenneth James is looking for big cards right now. Well, a 5 comes up, a great card for Alex.
And Alex getting a hug from a very beautiful girlfriend.
Well, Kenneth James staring at the board, looking for a king or a queen. That's what he has to have if he wants to win this pot.
River card, 1 more to sweat out.
Well, he's putting a little heebie-jeebie on it right there. Doesn't work. A 5 comes off.
He's done it.
Alex Kahana is doubled up.
Oh, he goes in the mosh pit.
And look at Kenneth James. He says, wow, I made that great call, and then I got outdrawn. A huge pot for Alex Kahana, and heartbreak right there for Kenneth James.
Oh, yeah, that is devastating for Kenneth.
It's devastating because had Kenneth won that pot, we'd be down to 4 players, and Kenneth James would be a monster chip leader at this table.
But the cowboy sits up straight in his saddle. Yeah. He's got to water the horses every once in a while.
I'll say one thing, you got to tip your hat to Alex. He shows a lot of heart here tonight. He's moved all in with 8 high and all in with 6 high against this lineup.
Well, he's got the cojones. He really does. He moves it around. He's got suited connectors. He's got 6-4. We haven't seen that since the great Gus Hansen.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, right now it's back in the saddle for Kenneth James. He's got to start over again.
Jake told me it was all business.
All right, back down on the felt. It's on Todd Phillips, the movie director this time. He's got a wired pair of sevens.
Said, hey, you're playing for $1 million.
What's your advice? What advice? I'll make it 360.
He's going to make it 360,000 to go.
That's a $240,000 raise. Jay quickly going out.
Tim Fan folding.
Now it's around to Alex. He's got Big Slick.
Wow, big hand for him.
He's got a lot of money now in front of him after that last suck out.
And Todd's only got about $1 million in chips total. Just think that Alex would just go ahead and set him all in right here with Ace King.
But he does respect this guy. He knows he doesn't play a whole lot of hands. He's got to be pretty strong.
Still, can't believe he could throw an Ace King away here in a 5-handed poker game when the short stack raises it.
I call.
Well, he's just going to call it, Vince. He is not raising here.
Okay, that's allowed.
Kenna James in the big blind, meaning he has 120,000 out there. He has a pair of threes. It's going to cost him another $250,000 to call, almost 240,000, but a lot of money out in the pot here. Over 900,000 sitting out there. In this spot, Vince, would you want to call to dream about catching that set on the flop?
Kenna would love to knock out this guy. Well, if you do happen to hit something.
Well, Kenna just took a big hit a minute ago. He's saying, geez, I wish I had those chips back now. I could afford to make this call a little bit easier.
360. You're in for 120.
I call.
But he is making the call. Kenna's going to gamble here in this 3-handed pot.
So Todd gets the action.
Well over $1 million in the pot right now. Everybody hoping to flop something. At the moment, the writer-director Todd Phillips has the best hand with 2 sevens. Alex Kahaner has Ace King. Kenna James has a pair of threes. All of them intently watching the flop, and here it comes. Oh, it's 10-5-3. Kenna James has hit the jackpot. He's flopped 3 threes.
Oh, he has.
Action is on Alex Kahaner. Remember, he has Ace King here. Will he make some type of move at this pot? Well, he does check.
And Kenna, oh so quiet right now. Okay, how do I play this properly? Got 2 potential victims. What to do now?
Is he going to check it and hope that Todd bets at this pot? Or is he just going to lead out and bet the 3 threes now?
Well, look at Todd looking over at Kenna. He's saying to himself, why is he taking so long? Does that mean he's weak, or does that mean he's strong?
Well, most pros believe you make more money in the long run by leading out when you flop a small set. See if Kenna James adheres to that philosophy.
Well, Kenna is a true actor. He'd like to make his profession as an actor, and he's doing a nice job here, acting a little disgusted.
250.
He's going to make a small bet at this pot, 250,000. There's over 1.1 million in the pot when he makes this bet.
Todd is going to bite. He goes over the top, all in.
He has about 700,000 left. He sent them all to the center.
Total derailment here for Todd. You can't blame him, but what a position he's in.
Well, Alex looks at his Ace King. He's going to throw it away, not getting involved in the middle of this mess.
And of course, Kenna's going to make this call.
And he makes it quickly. He's flopped the set. He is loving it right now. Todd Phillips is going to have to catch a 7 or 2 running cars to make it straight.
Otherwise, the director is going to have to go back to Beverly Hills. Oh,
2
boy.
sevens, 2 sevens, 2 sevens.
What a flop for Kenna James, up on his feet, so excited.
He called that 240,000 just for the dream possibility of flopping a set. He did it. Will it pay off, or will he get outdrawn one more time?
Todd Phillips needs a 7 right now. No, it's a jack. Not going to help him.
Kevin O'Donnell, when he was all in, had to catch a 7 at the river to stay alive. He didn't do it. And now Todd Phillips must catch a 7 to stay alive in this tournament. Otherwise, he'll be walking out of here.
Here comes the sweat card.
It's a 4.
It's a wrap.
So Kenna James has won the biggest pot of the night here.
And you can thank Alex Kahaner because he did not raise with the big slick. If he had, Todd Phillips would still be in this thing.
Well, you're right about that, Vince. He would have doubled up rather than been eliminated here. Just amazing how one itsy-bitsy decision affects everybody at the table.
Todd Phillips is going to pick up $250,000 for his great effort. The movie director proved to so many that he can really play poker. And right now, our 5th place finisher is going to be talking to Courtney. Courtney, take it away.
Are you nervous in front of the camera? Because you're normally behind the camera.
No, it wasn't that I was nervous. I was nervous because in the final table at a tournament, I wanted to do well, and I really felt like I was just getting the worst card. So suddenly you see a pair and you make a move, like you get excited. It was stupid.
I need a shovel.
We are down to 4 players right now. We're coming back with more. Stay with us.
At this final table, has over 3.8 million in chips now and is in command.
Doesn't seem like he's made a mistake all night. Short stacked at this time is Tim Fan with about 600, but actions on Jake Minter was away a 7 deuce. Now the short stack, Tim Fan with about 600,000 in front. With ace jack says he's going all in with it.
Advance in a 4-handed poker game, that's a decent hand. You're on the short stack. You're happy to get all in with that hand.
No doubt about it. Now Alex right behind him. 10-6. He lays it down, of course, and Kenneth James with an ace-7 of clubs.
Well, he has respect for Tim Fan, but he also knows he's on the short stack here, Vince.
All right, how much more?
He could be making a move with anything, king high,
Is that right? It's about 400,000.
or whatnot. Kenneth James has a lot of chips. He can afford to make this call.
All right, I call.
Oh, and he says he's going to do it. He's
Well,
going
he
to
is
call.
doing it. He's hoping his opponent had like king, queen, or a small pair.
Nice hand.
Well, this is a nice opportunity for Tim Pham to double up.
Wasn't enough. I had to call. You had to call.
Kenneth James trying to knock out the Fan gang. Ace Jack versus Ace 7.
Well over $1.2 million in this pot. Here comes the flop.
Flop comes up Queen 9-6. That's good for Tim Fan. His Ace Jack out in front.
Now Kenneth James could make a backdoor flush or a backdoor straight to win this pot, as well as catch a 7.
I bet you a club comes on the turn. I bet some card comes to help my hand.
All the fans on the rail rooting their man home. Here comes the turn.
The 8 of clubs comes off. What a card for Kenneth James there. That gives him a flush draw and a straight draw. Tim Fan says, whoa, how could that card have popped off there? He still has the best hand with Ace Jack. If a 10 comes up, Tim Fan would have a higher straight. So that card won't help Kenneth.
Don't forget about that.
It's all going to come down to this card, the river card.
Must be a 5, a 7, or a club. If it's not, Tim Fan's going to double up. Oh, a 7. Kenneth James hit lightning on the river to take Tim Fan out of this tournament. Vince, he is just dialed in right now. Everything going Kenneth James' way at the moment.
Well, that is the lucky card of the evening. The suck-out card, the magic card. This time it works for Kenneth James. Well, Tim Fan's going to pick up $291,000 here in L.A.
You got to give Tim Fan credit, Vince. He laid down that ace-7 of clubs against Alex. It's come back to bite him. Ironically, he took an ace-jack and lost to the ace-7 of clubs on the river when Kenneth James hit a 7. Tough luck for Tim Fan, and the fan club is heartbroken.
Tim, you came in 4th place. You still made some money, but that doesn't really count, does it?
It'll count tomorrow. Today is just annoying. Tomorrow it'll count.
We're down to 3 players. And right now, Kenneth James is the chip leader.
Well, running good and playing good. There's not a better combination in poker. That's what we're seeing right now out of Kenneth James. He's going to be a tough man to beat here, Vince.
Well, right now, the antes and blinds are going up. Antes 20,000, and the blinds are going to be 100 and 200 grand.
Well, this is high-stakes poker, and there certainly is a lot on the line. All 3 of these players vying for their first World Poker Tour title. Over $1 million in cash. The pressure is on.
Okay, action on Alex Kahana. He picks up 8-5 of clubs.
500.
He's going to raise it, Vince. He makes it a $500,000 to go. He bets 500,000.
He's going to force the issue into Kenneth James, and Kenneth's got a nice little pair there, wired pair of 4s.
Kenneth's going to call the $500,000.
And now into Jake Minter.
He also has a pair of 4s.
Unbelievable in a 3-handed game.
Now let's see what he's going to do now.
Now Jake's got about $1.5 million.
Both his opponents have over $3 million.
He's thinking to himself, if he goes all in with this, can he drive these guys out?
He's also thinking, do I need to get involved? Maybe one of these guys will knock the other one out. I can move into 2nd place, play heads up for the title.
Well, the difference is about $150,000 between 3rd and 2nd.
I'm going to go for it. All in.
Oh, there he goes. He says he's going to go all in with it.
He's going all in over the top.
And he push these guys around right now.
I'll tell you, this is a tough call for these guys to make right here.
Not easy.
Going to cost them another $1 million.
Where did I start?
And first to go is Alex. He's got the 8-5 of clubs.
Alex's problem, of course, is that even if he makes this call, Kenny could come back over the top of him again.
Can I take my $500,000 back?
Alex wants his $500,000 back.
They're not giving it to me.
He does go out, and now it's on Kenna.
Almost $2.6 million in the pot. Cost him $1 million to call. Yep, he's making the call.
You paired up. You paired? You got it.
And look, they're both relieved. They see that they have pair of fours apiece. That means the only way either one of them can win this pot is to make a flush. If there's any justice at all in the poker world, this will be a split pot.
We play a lot alike. Red.
Well, right now, Kenneth James is looking for red cards. Jake is looking for black cards.
Both men very jolly. Here comes the flop.
Show us the door card first. Show the door card, just the door card. It's red.
It's 2 out of 3 red, but there's no flush possibilities. This is what we call a chop flop. This pot is going to be chopped. It doesn't matter what the 2 remaining cards are. They have the same hand. It's going to be a split pot, and that's only fitting justice. We still have 3 players left.
Three-handed, both having little pairs. You gotta play it that way. This is good stuff. We're coming right back. Stay with us on the World Poker Tour.
Who are you anyway? Yeah, who are you?
I'm the guy that has like King 5, man. You're supposed to put your chips in the box. People think this is a game of you against everybody else, but in reality, to me at least, it's a game of me against myself. Can I conquer my self-discipline, my patience? And the more I can control those and be in control of myself, then I can control my destiny.
There's Kenneth James still out in front with $4.8 million. Jake Minter with $2.5 and Alex Kahana with about $1 million. He's the short stack.
Well, all 3 of these players, poker history is at their fingertips. Who is going to take the title that Doyle Brunson held for the last year? We shall see.
Action's going to be on Kenna. He's got 6 deuce of hearts, throws it away.
Round to Jake Minter.
All in.
He looks down at ace-5 of hearts. He goes all in.
Back call.
And right behind him, Alex calling with the pair of ladies.
Jake Minter has been very quiet, biding his time here. He's been successful going all in every time so far today. But right now, he's in a bit of trouble. If he loses this pot, he's going to double Alex up, and he'll be on the short stack.
The third place finisher will pick up about $333,000, whereas the winner will pick up $1,125,000. At this point, it's about survival. Alex picking up a huge hand up against Jake's ace-5.
Well, Jake Minter needs to get lucky to take Alex out of this tournament. Let's see if his lucky hat is going to be lucky for him.
Here we go with the flop.
Oh, it's come 6, 7, 8.
Not bad for Jake.
Well, Jake has flopped an open-end straight draw. He could also backdoor heart flush and win the pot. So right now, Jake needs a 4, a 9, or an ace.
Jake Minter would love to snake out a win here. Maybe we can knock out Alex, and I can be guaranteed a couple $100,000 more.
Alex just sort of smiling and says, whoa, so many outs for this guy now. Well, the board pairs 8s.
Did not get it for Jake at this point.
Well, we're down to the river. Jake Minter must catch an ace, a 9, or a 4 to eliminate Alex Kahana from this tournament. Alex can't even look. He's just holding his breath. He wants to see if they scream or not.
River card coming down.
It's a 3. You can come back, Alex. You're still alive. Alex Kahana doubles up here. We still have 3 players left vying for this title.
Oh, he walks back.
How many CDUs have I gotten here?
Got to be so relieved.
Oh, man.
This has forced Alex to start smoking, it looks like. I mean, that's what this game will do to you.
So Alex Kahana doubling up there.
Yes, he is. And Kenneth James with about $4.7 million. Alex with about 2.2, and Jake Minter with about 1.4.
Well, action's going to be on Alex Kahana. He's feeling good right now because he just doubled up.
He's got a big hand here. Ace-9 offsuit. He's going to raise it to a $500,000.
Kenna quickly folds.
Jake Minter now with ace-5.
I'm all in.
Over the top, Jake goes all in with his ace-5 and gets a quick call from Alex.
Ace
Alex throws it over. He loves his position.
Well, he sure does, because he's got him dominated right now, as we say. It's ace-9 versus ace-5. So just that quick on back-to-back ace-5s, Jake Mentor could be eliminated if he doesn't win this pot.
The former poker dealer from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He is in very grave condition at this point.
Good luck, champ. You played it perfect. Nothing you can do.
Here comes a flop. Jake needs help. Can he get it? It's come 10-7-6.
Not the flop that Jake wanted for sure.
No,
shakes his head.
He knows he's a monster underdog here. He's going to have to catch 2 runners to make a straight or a 5. But right now, Jake Mentor's in dire straits.
The spade, 5 of spade. 5.
Here comes the turn card. It's a jack of hearts.
We are down to the river, and Jake Mentor must catch a 5. And again, Alex, over talking to his girlfriend and his friends and family there, doesn't even want to look.
Here comes the sweat card.
If it's not a 5, Jake Mentor will be our 3rd place finisher. That deuce comes off. So that's going to do it for Jake Mentor. But Vince, what a nice tournament he plays. A pretty impressive player.
I gave you my card.
He is a brilliant poker mind. He picks up $333,000. Jake Mentor.
Well, as he's exiting the arena, you have to wonder if he's thinking, you know, maybe I should take that ace-5 out of my playing arsenal. I got broke with it in back-to-back hands.
What's exciting right now is we are finally in the heads-up action. And here come the lovely biker girls. Oh, look at this.
It's a motorcycle with a sidecar full of cash. They're going to pick up the cash, haul it over to the table.
A lot of attitude going on out here. Tons of cash.
There's over $4 million in cash up for grabs in this tournament. It's come down to these 2 guys vying for over $1 million of that money. The World Poker Tour title on the fingertips of both of these guys right now.
Stay tuned. We're coming right back.
Poker Tour. You're watching the Legends of Poker. We are down to heads-up play. The largest field in the history of the World Poker Tour has come down to these 2 players. Professional player Kenneth James out of Dana, California. He's up against amateur Alex Kahana from Van Nuys, California.
Who is going to become the new legend here at the Bicycle Casino? First hand, it's going to be on Alex Kahana.
Kenneth starting out with a chip lead here. He's got about 4.8 million in chips. Alex with about 3.6 million.
Was in the right position.
Alex looks down at a queen 4 spades.
And he's going to call.
Now Kenna with just jack 5 Motown hand.
Just give us a flop. So 440,000 in the pot.
Let's see the first 3.
Flop is queen 8-4. Alex is going to love this. He's flopped 2 pair here.
Tremendous flop for Alex.
Ken, of course, has nothing. Oh, Vince, look at this. He's reaching for chips.
He's betting into him.
That's 250,000.
To the delight of Alex.
You're not kidding.
Oh, gotta love it when someone bets into you when you flop 2 silly pair.
No raise.
Well, he's gonna raise it.
I can't blame him for raising here. There's 2 diamonds on the board, potential straight. If you just call and your opponent hit a gut shot straight on you or something, it'd be devastating for
I
him.
don't know. If, ands, buts. I mean, sometimes you want him to stick around. Is he gonna chase him away here?
Well, $400,000 raise is certainly going to chase him away since Kenna has no hand and no draw.
Well, unless he wants to go over the top if he doesn't believe Alex at all.
795 is okay. Or
You'd have to hit lightning in the jar to win this pot. What I like what Kenna's doing here, though, is watching here so he can gain some knowledge and information for hands that may come up later in this heads-up match. But he says, go ahead and take it. He lays it down. And Alex Kahana takes down pot number 1 of this heads-up battle.
I wanted you to call him that one.
Hey, it's flush draw.
Alex shows it.
Wow.
It makes Kenna very happy.
Now Kenneth James is going to feel very good about laying that hand down.
Absolutely. You don't show him when you have it. Don't make a guy happy or comfortable at the poker table. I don't like the move.
I wanted you there, buddy.
I'm sure you did. Nice hand. Wait, no,
As it is, he closes the gap considerably in terms of chip count. These guys are almost dead even now.
Action's going to be on Kenneth James this time.
Kenneth James looks down at a very nice hand and heads up play. Ace-9 of clubs.
Yes, it is.
I'd call.
He's just slow playing it, as we say, just calling, Trying to camouflage the strength of his hand a little bit.
Deception is key. Mix-up play. Nicely done here. Now Alex just has an 8-5.
And he says, give us a flop.
True game of cat and mouse going on.
Flop is ace, king, 3. So Kenna James has flopped the 2 aces.
Nothing hitting for Alex. He checks. And now Kenna has a decision. He didn't raise before the flop. Hits a beautiful flop.
And he's going to bet here because there's no way his opponent's going to think he had an ace. His opponent would have suspected him to have raised before the flop if he had an ace.
Alex quickly folding. And now he's going to show it, which is kind of interesting.
Both players showing their cards to the opponent here.
Oh, man.
Very puzzling to me. Especially when they had the goods both times. So with that pot, Kenna James once again takes control of this heads-up match. His passion is to make movies, he said.
Forget making movies. You're your own boss. No more interviews. Forget it, Kenna. All right, action's got to be on Kenna James. He's got ace-4 this time.
600.
He's going to raise.
Well, ace high figures to be the favorite over a blind hand. He makes it 600,000 to go.
Right behind him, Alex. Jack 10 offsuit.
Alex has got 200,000 in the pot. Cost him 400,000 more to call.
You getting tired?
I don't care, man. Whatever you want to do.
Could make a case for him calling the 400,000 more here. Laying his hand down. And you can always make a case for re-raising.
1.5 million.
1.5 million he makes it.
Wow, that is a raise of 900 grand.
Jack 10 offsuit.
He's going to try to push hard back on Kenna.
Well, he has put Kenna James to the test right here. You bet 600,000 and your opponent's raised you nearly $1 million more. An ace and a baby card. They don't look that friendly anymore, Vince.
Kenna is just going to stare him down, try to get a tell on him.
He's done very well in making decisions today. Been right on almost every occasion. Will he be right one more time?
I'm all in.
He's gone all in. Vince, he has made the right decision. He's gone all in. And you see the sick look in Alex's face right now. Vince, that's over a $2 million raise that he's putting in there.
Now I know you got me beat.
Alex, you're right about that. He does have you beat.
This is just a great read by Kenna James.
Just an incredible decision Kenna James made right there to go all in with the ace-4 offsuit here after being re-raised. Vince, I don't know how you can call your last couple million with just Jack high.
I know you have a better hand. Can I get what time it is, please?
He's asking about the time again.
Does he have a bus to catch, Vince? He's playing for over $1 million and a World Poker Tour title.
Probably the worst thing anybody's going to call you with all in.
It's only for 500. It's only for 500,000.
I'm going to call. I want to go home.
He's going to call.
Kenna did not like that call. Didn't even want to call.
He doesn't even know what he has.
Yeah, he thinks he's beat at this point.
Well, he's in shock. The guy's calling with Jack 10. Look, he throws his arms out.
Oh boy, he looks disturbed.
You're playing for 500,000.
He's the favorite to win it, and yet he looks disgusted that his opponent has called him.
Well, he is in a great position to win this title right here and now.
Well, if the ace high holds up, Kenna James is going to be our champion.
Well, Kenna James realizing it now.
He's out in front with the ace high. He's gone over to his rooting section. Now he's leading the cheers of the fans. Here we go.
How do you call that with 500,000?
Anything can happen. Stay tuned. We're coming right back on the World Poker Tour.
Here comes the flop. Alex has flopped an open-end straight draw. He can now win the pot with an 8, a 10, a jack, or a king. Wow. What drama here at this Legend of Poker tonight. And look at Kenna James. He knows he's still got it. If he can just hold him right now, he's going to be our champion.
Oh, man, 2 more cards to come. He's got to sweat them out.
Alex can close things out if an 8 or a king comes off of there.
Here's the turn.
A king. That's why they call this guy Lucky Juice. Unbelievable. Alex has made a king eye straight. There's no card that Kenny can catch to win this pot. Look, the 8 came off on the other, and he made it twice, man.
And he is one happy guy tied up in the mosh pit.
And look at the pain and agony on the face of Kenny James. You know, the guy made a great decision to go all in with the ace high. It was the best hand. He just simply was not rewarded for his skill in that hand.
It is all about the man in the mosh pit getting lots of love over there by his friend, who is now a massive chip leader.
This title virtually on the fingertips of Kenny James. Played nearly flawlessly here tonight. And now he's got a long uphill to climb if he wants to win this title.
Well, he's got one foot in the coffin right now. He's got about 1.1 million. Action's going to be on Alex. Looks down at King Jack offsuit. He's going all in.
Call.
Kenny James has 2 6s. He quickly calls him.
Yes, he likes it.
Well, Vince, you can't blame either player for the way they played this pot. Alex moving in with the King Jack. Kenny called in with the 2 6s. We have a classic race situation. If the 2 6s hold up, Kenny James will double up. If not, Alex Kahner will be our champion.
We survived this hand. We're going to come back and win this, Jim.
He still believes he can do it.
Close to being body bagged. He is in front right now. Slight favorite.
He's still agonizing over that last pot, wondering how the guy could call him with Jack high, and then wondering how could he get lucky and outdraw me. I know Kenny James well, and I know how badly he wants to win a World Poker Tour title.
Impeccable poker by this guy. Here's the flop. Oh, and it's good for Kenna.
Kenna has 2 6s. They are the best hand right now. If a 3 comes off, his opponent will be drawing dead. Or a 6 comes off, his opponent will be drawing dead.
Well, you got to think he would deserve it at this point after that last suck out. But he's looking absolutely frozen in time there. Kenna James.
Well, a 9 comes off. Also good for Kenny James. If Alex Kahner is going to win this tournament, Vince, right now, he's going to have to catch a king or a jack on the river to do so. Can he get lucky one more time in this tournament, Vince? If so, it'll be over.
The river card about to come up. Here it is.
Oh! Again, more pain for Kenny James. And that is going to do it. Well, look at Kenny's face. You got to feel the pain for Kenny James, Vince. Seriously, outdrawn on numerous occasions by Alex Kahner tonight.
Absolute disaster for Kenny James and total victory for Alex Kahner. Well, nailing that last card on the river. We got a new legend here at the Bicycle Casino.
Before we get to our champion, let's talk to our runner-up, Kenny James. Kenny? Well, Kenny, I got to tell you, you played magnificent at this final table. You know, it just sometimes is not meant to be. This guy was a thorn in your side all the time at this final table, but really, you're taking home $588,000. What a performance you put on. Just wasn't quite meant to be tonight.
Well, thank you, Mike. You know, I want to thank the Bicycle Club for putting on this wonderful tournament. And, you know, sometimes things don't go your way in poker or in life. But I lost to a real class guy tonight. And it was a hell of a tournament. And I want to thank you.
Well, thank you, Kenny. And now, let's meet our champion. Alex, step over here. Well, Alex, you got lucky on a couple occasions, but you showed a lot of heart here, as we say in poker. You weren't afraid to move your chips in the pot. That's a sign of a guy that's got heart. That's what it takes to be a champion. You've done it. You're taking home over $1 million tonight. And I know your 2 daughters, Brooke and Jordan, are very proud of Papa right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The bike's been great. The tournament's been great. I'm very excited. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to you. And now, as the custom on the World Poker Tour, it's time to toast our champion with the official beer of the World Poker Tour, Budweiser. Here's to our champion of the Legends of Poker, Alex Kahner.